could talk about Newegg because it's a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah.
What is Newegg? Okay, I'm gonna ask a real dumb question. Like, what is Newegg?
So,
like, I've heard about it.
It's a scam site. Don't buy from it.
No. It's not a scam
I know
site.
they sell like computer parts and stuff.
They started.
Like, that's my understanding.
Yeah, they started as a computer parts distributor here in the United States, and they are really, really popular when they're up and coming. Then, somewhere in the 2010s to 2020s, 2020s, like within the past 10 years, they got sold off to a company in China. And I've heard multiple people say this, but I firmly believed it immediately as soon as I started hearing this, that, it just the quality of service that they provided has gone downhill. But they have every main computer component that you would want to buy if you don't have a Micro Center near you, or if you don't want to throw your money at Amazon.
Side note real quick. When we went to Galveston last weekend, we were coming back, and I pointed at Keith and I was like, hey, look, that's where Fry's used to be.
Oh, man, Fry's. Anyway, I always wanted to visit a Fry's before they closed, but...
It's still, they're closed, but the building's still there. So we can go break in.
I mean, yeah, we could see if they left any computer parts. Anyway.
I doubt that.
Don't talk about crimes, okay? Or potential crimes on the internet.
It's a little B&E. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's just a little B&E.
Hypothetical.
You guys have never woken up one day and be like, I need to do a B&E.
No, more like I need to eat a B&E taco.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Bacon and egg?
Is it a B&E if you break in and leave something?
No.
It's a B and LS.
Being dumb.
BELS, the new BDSM.
Whoa. So,
Well, that is cool.
going back to the topic, Gamers Nexus purchased a motherboard from Newegg in December, and then it turns out that they didn't need it. They didn't open the box. They received it. They didn't open the shipping box from Newegg. They didn't open the motherboard box. So they just submitted a return request like, hey, I don't need this. They sent it back. Newegg received the product December 30th or 31st, and then it immediately came back to them like, hey, it looks like this product is damaged. We can't take it. We can't refund you. But they didn't even fucking open it. So then they start to try to like fight back and say like, no, we never opened it. It's still sealed. All we did was just retape it. And then the customer service people were like, yeah, I'm going to have to get in touch with our returns department, but they're saying there's thermal paste on it. But they didn't even spell thermal paste right. They put thermal pate, P-A-T-E, instead of P-A-S-T-E. And the story kept changing on them. So eventually what Gamers Nexus, which is a really fucking big YouTube channel, decided to, you know what, that's fine. We're just gonna post our experience on Twitter, which they didn't even set out to do a hidden service story, which is something that they typically do. They either review technologies that are coming out, review new technologies, or do hidden service reviews over companies to see exactly what level their customer service is and if you'd like to shop with them or not. So all of this happened between the end of December through like the end of January. And as soon as they posted on Twitter what was going on, at that point, Newegg was like, you know what? Let's backtrack here. Let us call you so that we can help you. But to begin with, Newegg didn't even want to do a phone call. They wanted to handle it all through chat and emails. How would you guys feel about this if this was you in the situation?
Well, they not very personable service.
Yeah, I'd be fucking livid.
Go full Karen.
Yeah.
Start emailing everybody.
Yeah, you have to at that point.
Yeah, because like I get it like from a retailer's perspective, right? You get a return in, it's defective, and then like there has to be more questions. But there's so much more qualifiers here. The package wasn't sealed or was sealed completely. They didn't even open it. You know, like you can obviously tell that the merchandise is fine. Like, how do they even know that it was defective without opening it fully, even the box that it's sealed in? Like,
Well,
that's just really shady.
See, Peach hasn't even got to the plot twist yet.
Oh, there's a twist.
There's a massive fucking plot twist. But you're right, NJ. Like, if it were me, I'd be pissed, and if they didn't want to refund me, I'd do a chargeback. Now, this is gonna get everyone real upset, but shit like this has been happening with Newegg since as early as 2012. Where people have received products that are damaged, they've requested an RMA, which stands for Army definition, because I already forgot.
Return merchandise authorization.
Yes, thank you. And an RMA is very typical whenever you have a computer component that was working and no longer works, or arrives DOA, dead on arrival. I've had to RMA computer components before. You know, it's a process. You have to pay for shipping to send it out. They'll test it. They'll check to see if you've tampered with it, and then they'll determine, yeah, you know, this is an RMA. Here's a refund, or here's a new product, or sorry, you fucked with it. It's on you now. Newegg has been doing this since 2012, and after some investigation, it turned out that product was damaged before by some other third party. When Newegg received the product, they requested an RMA with Gigabyte, which is the manufacturer for the motherboard. And Gigabyte said, hey, this has been damaged. We can't fix it. We can fix it, but it's $150. And they sent it back to them with a return label, shipping, and everything, and saying, do you want us to fix it or not? They didn't fix it. Instead, they listed it as an open box product on their website. And
As
sold
is
it.
product, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went... Newegg was trying to deal with that since July of 2021. 2021. I don't even know why I said it like that. 2021.
Wow.
It's... Like, how many people do they have to fuck over like this before enough is enough?
Well, see, I always thought that Newegg was like knockoff manufacturer. Like, I never thought they actually sold real products.
Yeah, they sell real products. What were you gonna say, NJ?
My question is like, why aren't people okay, so you said the company was bought by China, right?
By a Chinese company, yes.
By a Chinese company. Okay. So it's not like they can report them to the Better Business Bureau, but except maybe they can because they're importing here, they're doing business in the United States. Mm-hmm. Like, why aren't people like going that route of like, if all these situations happen, especially with all this like attention from Game Nexus YouTube, like, it has a lot of different eyes on it, and there's a lot of different media on it. So like now the company's like, oh, we'll accept your returns, no questions asked. But like, why did it have to get there? You know, like, what are other options for these consumers to choose, and how do we not get taken advantage of by these companies?
I 100% agree with you. Right now we have 2, maybe even 3 places if you count Best Buy, but Best Buy is like a hit or miss. They only have the one aisle, and they have like 4 shelves to buy computer components from. It's Amazon, Newegg, and Best Buy. We can't buy computer components directly from the manufacturers because there are laws prohibiting that, and there are agreements, like contractual agreements saying like, oh, these products would go to this company, these products would go to that company.
So, I mean, like, this is where GameStop needs to step up and start, you know, carrying gaming stuff for PCs. Simple.
Like here in San Antonio, we have one place, and it's called Altex, which is our version of Micro Center, but smaller, and they only have 3 locations.
They don't have very much.
Yeah, they don't.
They have day-to-day
A wiped out
operation
FEMA center.
items.
What's that?
Oh, I said it's like a wiped out FEMA center. Like,
Essentially is what it is. They have a
Yeah.
very limited set of products. They're not like Micro Center and Best Buy's, even though they're everywhere in town. They have shit. And I can only think of one
Best
other
Buy can
store.
order it for you. Like,
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if I were building a computer and I were buying parts from stores, I would want to, receive it immediately, not have to wait 2 to 6 weeks.
Right? Like, that's the reason to go to Best Buy, is to pick it up today.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a new video from an ex-Newegg employee talking about the RMA department. I didn't get to watch today, but all I know is that it's going to be a dumpster fire. Like, everyone's been talking about Newegg, and they've been just dragging them through the mud.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, you're still in the same boat, right? Like, if you can't go there, where do you go?
Drive 4 to 6 hours to your
Amazon.
closest micro center. I don't even order from Amazon.
I'm just saying, like,
Oh, yeah.
that's what most people would default to is like Amazon or like some type of quick, like, known, type of distributor.
Yeah, Amazon will get it to me in a couple days, so I'm good.
Right? I mean, you can pay
Best Buy's a
overnight
couple
shipping.
weeks, Amazon's days.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I hope like the hype doesn't like die down and they can't just like fade away from this. Like, ooh, like we're just gonna take a back seat and just let this die down. Like, that's just awful.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up another great episode, and don't forget to join our amazing and supportive community on Discord.
In our Discord, you can find game nights, watch parties, food pics, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. What's not to love about that? We have a little something for everyone. Head over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find more info, especially our featured gamer of the week.
Speaking of something for everyone, we have a book club. We read a book almost every month and talk through it together. We also have a special perk for our subs to discuss other books in a series called Chapter 2.
Don't forget to swing by YouTube and drop us a follow at Official Millennials. You can also find us on Twitter at MillsOfficial. We appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.
This is an Official Millennials production.